Welcome back to the Chill Sounds and Breakdowns podcast. We are here out of our home at the Rail in Fort Worth. If you want to help the podcast stay here, go to therailclub.net and figure out a show to go to and just hang out. It's a great time. This place is beautiful, okay? Come check it out for yourselves. But today, we got not only a great guest, it's a milestone episode. We're on episode 150.
Oh my God.
And also yesterday, August 17th, we celebrated 4 years of the podcast.
Let's get some beers.
But yeah, I'm excited that today we got AJ Tate. What's going on?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Great. I'm doing great, dude. I literally didn't realize when the anniversary for the podcast was until last year. And
Really?
I realized it's August 17th when the first episode released, and I was like, that's 817 Day, that's Fort Worth Day, the fucking podcast is based on.
Oh my God.
All these things clicked, and everyone's like, why don't you ever do something?
Did you do that on purpose?
No, not at all.
God.
I literally 3 years in is when I realized it, and I still didn't do anything fun for it. But hope next year's 5 years, and if we're so lucky to make it, then I'm gonna try to do something cool for that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
now I'm gonna break in the back of that bar. We're gonna get some beers. We're gonna party. It's 150, baby.
It's true. We should. You know
That's
what?
crazy.
We could. There's stuff back there.
We absolutely could. I also I like to steal from Ethan, so that's a really great.
That's a good excuse for it. Yeah, we'll have a break in the middle.
I'll get his cameras in
You
here.
just said that he put in new cameras.
He did. He put in brand new cameras in here, and I
guarantee
guarantee you, at some point, he's gonna look and he's gonna be like, "Oh, damn it." He's in there.
Yeah, man, you have been doing a lot of cool shit for a long time.
Yeah.
And actually, one thing I was realizing when setting up today, I think this is your fourth appearance on the podcast?
I believe so.
I think that's the most anybody's had.
I think it's my third time actually being on it, but it's my fourth, either band or something has done it, and I couldn't make it or something like that.
I guess you weren't.
Because you had Dispo on with J-Mo, Ethan, and Zaylin, and I couldn't make it.
You weren't there for that one.
Right.
Oh, okay. So that's third. So then you're tied, I think, for the most appearances.
Yeah.
But.
It was my wife's baby shower, so I couldn't drop that. I was like, "Hey, babe," and she was like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, that makes sense."
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Damn
that's
it, you're
excusable.
right about that.
See, now you got your own personal one. We're
Exactly.
gonna dive deep into AJ, man.
Hell yeah.
What's going on, y'all? It's OC with the Chill Sounds and Breakdowns podcast here at the Rail, our home. You heard me say that at the beginning of the podcast, but what does that really mean? It means that the Rail Club has offered their space, their location, their ambiance, everything to the podcast so that I can host, the interviews and the podcast that talks, the conversations that you hear, especially this one, the one that you're listening to right now. So the best way that you can help me help them is just by checking out therailclub.net and seeing if there's any shows that you want to come out to, hang out with, or simply share a flyer. That helps them enough. But yeah, therailclub.net, go check it out, see if there's a show you want to come out to, and let's have a good time. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Let's keep going. Okay, so I first want to touch on, you just got to play House of Blues, and that's the first time, right?
That is yes, that was my first time playing House of Blues. That's my first time playing anything that is, what is it? Like a Live Nation type thing, right? Where there's really not a lot of locals that go on shows like that. Mm-hmm. Like they don't play like a House of Blues, or at least I haven't seen it, right? Yeah. If that's the truth and I'm missing something, then my bad. But it's just a bucket list, because there's House of Blues everywhere. And seeing that it was always House of Blues, and then another bucket list item was Gas Monkey, which it was for me because my dad was really big into the show. And when I lived in New York, I was like, oh, damn, that'd be cool if I played there. And then I did that. Mm-hmm. And then, I already said House of Blues, but that was the big one, is House of Blues.
Yeah. It's definitely a big one. And then, explain it, because you weren't in town when you got the call,
I was on an airplane.
On an airplane?
I was on an airplane. I happened to get the Wi-Fi package. I was like, I have the American card, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Wi-Fi because I get the credit back. And I'm like, just watching videos, just trying to taking care of a family on an airplane, which is just already a nightmare enough. And I'm like, all right, let me just check my messages, and I get a Facebook message, phone call. You know, you can call through
Oh, yeah.
Facebook Messenger. And whenever Ethan does that, I know it's like, oh, shit. Okay. What does he want? And I tried to answer it. It wouldn't pick up. It wouldn't do nothing. And I'm like, God, it's not working. I'm literally on an airplane right now. What is going on? Like, I know it's serious, right?
Yeah.
And he messages. He's like, hey, we're playing House of Blues tomorrow. Can you do it?
Oh, my God.
And I was like, sure. Yeah. I was like, is it fine? Yeah, we're doing it. And luckily, everything worked out. Like, that was the day. Like, I didn't have to, like, leave early or anything like that. Like, that was the day. Like, okay, we're getting here. We're getting home. I packed up everything, like, that night and got there the next day. That was awesome.
That's an amazing, like, call to get on a flight, not, like, a panicky thing. Like, it's like, oh, could it be good or could it be bad?
I panicked. I straight up panicked. I don't know why, because I have like really bad anxiety. So I was like, no matter what, like literally it could be like the best news, like, hey, you're playing House of Blues, and I was like, something wrong's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. I just my head immediately went to, like, is this even gonna be cool? Are we gonna? But I was like, no, it's gonna be fine. I have everything. We don't like we barely really like rehearse. Like we do every so often. We mostly like virtually rehearse. Like I have everything in my studio where I can practice the set and everything. So I know the set inside out. We have in-ear monitors and everything that'll tell me what song's next. And so I don't even have to worry about like practicing or anything like that. Like I know I have it down. So I'm like, okay, we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. And literally the next day, like after I got everything packed up and I was like, all right, like we got kid care, everyone's happy, we're good. And I went to Ethan's first, and then we drove all the way out to Dallas together, so we could all be as a group.
That's cool. Because that's a big moment, and I get that, like, hey, driving over there to drive together, just because it's like it's a big moment. It's a big like bonding moment for the band. It's one of these, like I said, it's a milestone for a lot of people. Like it's funny when you were mentioning like the milestone of playing House of Blues. I remember watching an old, I'm gonna say old, it's not even probably that old, but it was a day to remember when they were recording like their first or second record, and they did a documentary, and it was like that was one of their milestones early on. It's like, I'll know I'm doing the right thing, like when I get to play House of Blues. Like
I thought the same.
You know
exactly.
I mean? It's definitely like a milestone a lot of musicians like have in mind, like for themselves, and it's crazy that it's happening now when it feels like you're on like a road of successes at the moment, like stuff maybe starting to show a little bit more payoff, I guess, if that's the right way to describe it.
Yes.
But okay, so I do want to talk. You also just recently announced a sponsorship, like, kind of deal, which is awesome again. But I'll let you tell me about that.
Yeah. So it's actually it's a drumstick company, and it's funny. I've been playing their sticks for a while now. And they're called Woody's Drumsticks, and they are this brand new company. The owner is just some guy named Steve, right? He's just some guy I think he's from either Chicago or Virginia or something like that. It's one of those two. He just started the company. He was like, I wanted an affordable drumstick that wouldn't break. And he just took it upon himself to make drumsticks. And he started just making one size drumstick. And I had purchased that. I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Yeah. Because drumsticks are getting beyond expensive.
Really?
Like it's actually awful. The base level high-end stick of like a Vic Firth or a Pro Mark or something like that used to be like $11 per pair. They are now $18 per pair. And if you've ever seen me play or any drummer that you've worked with or anything, we break sticks. It happens. Like you are going to break drumsticks. It is just part of it, right? And at $18 a pair, you would really hope that they don't break as much anymore. Yeah. Like they're way more expensive now. And I played a show one time with a handful of Vic Firths, and I broke like 4 drumsticks. And that's
the same show?
Yeah, in the same show. And I'm like, cool. That is now like nearly $40. I just like pissed away.
Wow.
And just playing a show.
Yeah.
Right? And so this drum, I checked them out. They were like, oh, we don't break. And I was like, it's fine. But what I liked about them is that they were still $11. Like they were back to like a good price. And so I bought them, and they just straight up don't break. We'll probably talk about my live streaming more and more, but I kind of become famous for breaking sticks and just breaking things in my live stream.
Yeah.
Last live stream, I only broke like one stick, and it was already beat up prior to that. And what's cool about the Woody's drumsticks is the story of how I even got the sponsorship. I made a funny TikTok of me going, I'm not affiliated with a drum company, but if I was, this is what my advertisements would look like. And I'm wearing wearing a crop top, like a Gone from Hunter x Hunter crop top, like short shorts, and I'm like acting like an absolute fool on camera. And I didn't even have like my good camera set up. I just used like my phone, and it just looks awful. It sounds awful, and I'm doing this, this dumbass stuff with drumsticks and cymbals. And I'm like, I posted it, and it did pretty well. But a guy named Patrick Galante messaged it, and I'm like, who's this guy? And I click on his profile. He's the ex-drummer of Ice Nine Kills.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, what? And he did the Metallica tour and everything. And he was like, hey, DM me about Woody's drumsticks. And I was like, holy shit. And I hit him up, and I was like, yeah, I actually love this stick. And he's like, they already had like an affiliate program that you could do. But he was like, I'll do you one better. You could be a pro artist. You basically push the drumstick, you'll get free drumsticks. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
That's actually a sick deal, going from what you're telling me about like how, they don't break as frequently, but it's still an expense. I'm just you talking about it, and it's probably something that's super obvious, but it's now clicking in my brain. Like, being a drummer's got to be the most expensive like part of the band because of stuff breaking all the fucking time.
It is hands down the most expensive. Cymbals are now upwards of $400 to $600 per cymbal.
Shit.
And it is very likely you are going to break a cymbal. It is just part of it.
That's one of the most common things that I've ever seen. Like, I don't drum, but I always see like broken cymbals. You know
just know that that's now $400 pissed away.
That's fucking crazy.
Isn't it crazy? And I have been playing drums for, it will be 23 years now, and 23 years of breaking cymbals and sticks. I'm like, how much money? If you could ballpark it, what would you estimate? First of all, I'll say I am very, very lucky to have a family that is very supportive, to have parents when I was much younger who were extremely supportive throughout this time, and they helped to pay for it. So if you were to combine them and me, our expenses, not including, like, not my studio, just the drums, right? I would ballpark at least 40 grand.
That's crazy.
I'd ballpark at least 40 grand, yeah. Because, I've also recently, I have a second drum set now. I've always had the same drum set forever. I now have a second one, and, so you buy new snare drums, you got to get new heads, which luckily heads have finally, like, tapered off. But heads are another one where to completely change, I used to think I was like a big rock star. I'd have 3 rack toms, 2 kick drums, and 2 floor toms.
Oh, shit.
So what's that? 8 piece? 9 piece? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 piece. And that would cost me about $200 for a full pack of heads. So it wasn't anything like too nuts compared to like one single cymbal. Like that did the entire drum set. But there are some drummers who believe you need to change your heads once a month. And I was like, fuck you. I'm spending $200 once a month. I will do whatever I can to milk these things, dry.
Yeah.
Especially doing the live streaming now. I'm playing constantly.
So how often are you streaming?
I live stream, now I'm up to 3 times a week.
Okay.
About 3-ish hours per session. Somewhere between 2 and 3 hours a session.
Wow.
And if I was to take that into account, like I'm playing much heavier sticks now, like the sticks that are not going to break, and I can definitely tell, like in the head, it's going to, probably dimple the head a little bit more.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, I just either have to deal with this or figure something else out. But luckily, it's something like, okay, it's live streaming, like it's going to sound okay. Like I'm going to do my best I can. But whenever I play live, I have a second drum set with fresh heads and everything, so I'm not like spending a ton of money on heads itself. But
okay, so since we're touching on that, let's see how you got started into like streaming and even like Was it streaming right off the bat, or was it like
No,
Because I think I saw you like start like maybe a couple of years ago now, just post some like
Posting content. Yeah.
content out there.
I had to. I mean, it's we, as you probably are painfully aware of now, we live in a world where it's just like you got to post content. And there's some people who are really deep into it, who are like, you got to post 2-3 times a day on TikTok, once every day on Instagram, blah, 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 and you got to have all this stuff. And I wasn't like subscribed to like the extreme side of it years ago, but I was like, no, I got to make videos. Like, I have this talent, whether it's good or bad to some people. I've put so much time and passion into this instrument that I'm like, I got to do something to like put myself out there. And so I post videos, and the second I like started posting videos is when I started getting noticed a little bit more, is when I got like the call to fill in for Instinct, and I got the call to, play certain other shows and like help out with certain other things. It really did help to kind of like push it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a huge like boom explosion. I mean, it got me to like, 1,000 followers on Instagram, and then like 800-ish on TikTok, and it was doing okay. But I had always been interested in live streaming. I'm like, okay, this might be fun, but how do I like get into it? And I like made it as complicated as I possibly could have. It's way easier nowadays. Like, there's certain pieces of equipment that drummers can buy. One in particular called the EAD-10, which you might see a ton of drummers actually use on stage. It's just a little box that goes on your kick drum, like basically on the top of your kick drum, and it's a really nice microphone. And then there's a box that everything hooks up to that can trigger your kick hits and capture your microphones, right? Capture the microphone, and it basically captures the whole kit. And if you've ever seen a drummer like playing live and you hear like a really good crisp sound, it's probably an EAD-10. Just look for a big black box on the top of their kick drum. You could like get one of those and hook it up to like a little piece of equipment called an iRig, and boom, you're live streaming, right? I have like this whole studio that I had invested in, a soundproof studio in my backyard, like big, expensive studio, so I could play at any time at night. And I wanted to be able to like record like real drums in there. Like if I had to like record or give lessons or whatever, I'd have nice equipment. But with nice equipment comes more complicated setting up for things that aren't just recording. Like I was like, I want to live stream, and it's like, all right, well, you got to plug this box into this box and put this over here and go fuck yourself over here and then hook it up into that. And it took me a long time to like figure it out. But finally I was like, well, TikTok does live streaming. What does that entail? And I did some research outside of music. I'm an engineer, so I'm like, I gotta research and do my homework before I like dive into it. There's a little essence of like, let's just do it. But for this one, I like actually took some time to like research, like, okay, what is TikTok live streaming and all this stuff. And I ran into TikTok agencies. I didn't even know they had them. A TikTok live agency. There's a lot of them, and anyone can start one. Which is actually scary because there's a lot of like spammy ones and scam artist ones. But I came across a video that was explaining what a TikTok agency was. For anyone who knows anything about live streaming, will know of a program called OBS. It's how you can live stream like your video games on anything. You can live stream on YouTube or Facebook or whatever through OBS. But in order to do that, you get a thing called a stream key. And so it started with that. I was like, how do I get a stream key? Because I can't seem to find one on TikTok. And this video is explaining, well, you need to be part of a TikTok agency, and they can get you a stream key after you've like done it for a few days, right? But TikTok agencies are also good at interfacing you directly with TikTok. If you get banned, they help with band support. They give you coaching. They give you all this other stuff. And I'm like, this seems like a no-brainer. How much does it cost? And it's free, but they take a portion of your earnings that TikTok would have taken anyways. So I'm like, okay. So obviously they want people to be a part of it. They want people to live stream under their agency, because if I make money, they make money, we're both happy. Right? That's the business side of it. So I just picked one. I picked a random one out of this, luckily I watched like this really like in-depth video, and he was like, check out my website. I have a list of verified like non-scam artist agencies. And I picked one that like kind of said like, hey, we take gamers, musicians, and blah, blah, blah. Where a lot of them were like, we take gamers, we take, they just stuck with that. Yeah. So I picked the one that had musician in it, and I did that one. And it like changed my life. They have been nothing but supportive. The coaching on it has been great. The classes on it has been great. The agency's called Talenture, T-A-L, basically talent, but U-R-E at the end, Talenture agency. They've been nothing but supportive and helpful and giving me tips. And I went live, and it was awful. I think I played to one person. Right, which is scary because I've done that before. I've attempted live streaming, and I know the audio was bad, and I only played to like one person, and I was like, this sucks, and I just stopped, right? But I went live, and I played like one person. Then I did it again, and I played to 5 people. I was like, okay. I did it again, and I played to like 10 people. And then I did it a 4th time, and I played to 18,000 people.
Shit.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like,
that's a job.
I'm like, oh, okay. What the fuck just happened? I learned you have to go live 3 times before they put you out there.
Yeah.
To prove that you're not doing bad shit on there. And then as you do it consistently, and I'd always learned like, oh, consistency is the key with live streaming. But I'm like, I don't like consistently playing to one person, so this is bullshit, and I'd always stop.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until recently when I was like, let me just keep doing, because the agency really helped me. That's why I give the story of the agency. They really helped me to like, no, you just got to keep going and just try it this day, and do these things. And I did it, and I finally got the sound I wanted. I finally got the atmosphere I wanted with the lights and everything like that. And I finally got everything that I like really wanted, which might have been to the downfall of me not starting sooner, because I was just so like, no, I need it to be perfect. Yeah. Right. When I finally felt like I got it perfect, I did it, and it went off. It exploded. Like literally in one day, poof, 18,000 people. And I think it was like 300 people at once. Because, for people who don't know TikTok, where have you been? But for people who don't know TikTok, you get a mix of videos and lives in your For You page. Yeah. So you can get both. But you'd actually have to, once you see it says live, you have to click it, and then you're in the person's live. And once you do that, then you're in TikTok live, and if you start scrolling, then you're scrolling through lives. So if you're doing that, if you're scrolling through the lives, even if you're in it for like 0.1 second, it counts as a view. Okay. So I saw that, and I was like, oh, okay. So maybe the 18,000 was just
scrolls,
fucking people scrolling. And they tell you that like the average watch time was 1 second. I'm like, oh, okay. So most of those people were just scrolling, and I'm just being real with myself. But what's consistent is once the person's on for like a little bit, it'll then count it as a number of a viewer, and I'm seeing like 300, and it consistently kept that for most of the time. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, so there are people actually watching, and I care more about how many like new followers am I getting, because that's someone who's watching and be like, this is awesome, click, right? How many gifts I'm getting, that's people who actually like pay you and send gifts through the app, and then of course people who share. And I have like little sound effects for each of those things. I have
seen that. You have you're set up like from when. Again, because I mean, for TikTok live streaming, how long has you been doing that?
I will be only about 4 months.
Right. Now. Okay. So it's not very long. But your setup like looks as if someone's been doing it. Like knows what the fuck they're doing.
I got so obsessive with it, and that's I mean, like I said, it was probably to my downfall. Yeah. Right. It's like that idea of like, do I just go and do it and fail and there we go, at least I tried, or do I put in a ton of time now, invest a lot of money, put a ton of time and effort into preparing for it, and then try it, right? And I never know the right answer to that question in any situation, but for some reason, live streaming was one where people, when I started, like we kind of started, you're like, oh, you've been posting for like a few years. Like, yeah, I've been posting. And through those posts, some things have happened. Some people have noticed. And a lot of them are like, you should get into live streaming. And I'm like, but I don't know how. And this is hard. And, and I'm scared. And like I said, I was super scared and it's very nerve-wracking. At least to me, it was very nerve-wracking.
It is. I mean, live for me, like just from the outside in, like, and I've tried a few live streams. Not yet on TikTok, but I tried it before just because I'm like, oh, that's what people are doing. Like, let me try it.
Mm-hmm.
And then to my downfall, I didn't have an idea. I was just like, I'm gonna just try stuff, and then I think I got like banned, like super fast, like on whatever. Yeah, I was just like playing music, and it's like immediately like copyright strike, and I'm like,
I got banned immediately on Facebook.
Yeah,
immediately.
I think mine was on YouTube. I think it was like immediately. Yep, it was immediately, and I was just like, okay, like I guess I can't do this, like or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, also like people are in there, people are not, and then I would test it more like on Instagram, be like, well, like there's people I know on here, so then I would test it and be like, all right, but again, I was still like, I don't know what to do. But the live thing is like, if you don't have anything you're doing like prepared, then there's no reason to stay. Like other than like I'm not like a famous person who can just sit there and like, okay, ask questions and like people will be wanting to do that. You know, I'm having to provide some sort of like payoff or entertainment for it. So if like someone's drumming, like I said, and yours, like this is entertainment. Like
I'm watching someone playing the drums.
Yeah, but it's live, so that is nerve wracking because like you have to figure out like, okay, what are we doing next? Like how do we figure out what the next song is? You know, and then you have like your whole systems now that work in place for people like requesting stuff and people like sticking around for it. Yeah, no, I can definitely see it being nerve wracking and then very like what is it? Discouraging.
Yes,
I was gonna say disencouraging. That's not the word.
Discouraging. You know what? I like that one better. It is very discouraging.
It's like very discouraging at the beginning because again, you're going live for one person. You know what I mean? And even like two people, and we're like, oh, like you know, are they even watching? Or like sometimes like they're watching and they don't interact with anything, so you're like, I don't know what's kind of happening.
Right.
Like,
what to do?
Someone just leave it on, or what do I do?
It still happens. I'll still go live and like I'll have like I don't know, maybe like 20 people at one time watching. And I'll go through the comments, and there'll be like nice comments. There'll be some shit talking comments. There'll be some whatever comments. But I thrive on like, hey, play this song, and I know how to play it. Yeah. And I'm like, haha, I told you. And there'll be times where just like no one has sent a request, and I'm just beyond tired, and I've only been doing it for like a half hour, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. This kind of sucks, and I get all like nervous all again. Like I just came back from vacation. I was on vacation with my family before we got the call for House of Blues, and then I had my next live stream that Saturday, which was as of recording this 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
And that happened at one point. Like there was a good amount of people who came through, but when you don't do it consistently, your views tank for a little bit, and it's just that game, right? Yeah. A few people came through, and there was one point where I was like 2 hours in, and just there was no requests at all, and I was like, and I'm just sweating, and my neck hurts from just headbanging like crazy. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna end this, guys. Have a good one. And I just ended it. But I still like even at that point, like I've been doing it for 2 hours. I know like 1,000 some odd people have come through, and I'm like, I still am like getting nervous that like, oh, but you know what? Should I be doing something better? It's like that. What could I be doing better right now? It's just the constant. It's every artist thinks that, right? Every artist thinks like, how can this be better, and how can I improve it and keep it and make it look better so I can get more views and more everything. And it's just that constant battle we're kind of fighting.
No, that's the game, man. Like that's the thing with especially with like social media and stuff like that. You're pushing like after seeing the effort that you were putting in, and then you were definitely one of the catalysts for me. Like, you know what, I got to take this shit kind of serious, because I've been cool. I got onto TikTok for Noise Rot like a year ago. Actually, a year ago in July, and I was like, I'd always been scared of it because I'm like, I know everything I've seen up until this point is consistency. You just have to post. You just have to post. I go, I don't know if I can do that. And then like, I spent the year, every now and then I would throw something out because I would wait for like, what's a good idea? You know what I mean? And then I was coasting on like, well, I have podcast clips. I have like stuff for the shows and things like that. I go, that'll work. But I never like sat down and was like, this is a whole like different platform. Like, I need to make stuff for this platform. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, all right. So I think back in maybe the end or in the middle of June, I think I had a podcast with Jordan from Bad Lives, and then I was watching you, but he was talking about how he had like was about to like celebrate posting on TikTok for like 2 years, and he's like skyrocketed too. And I was just like, all right, man, like I keep talking about this shit, and like I do know some stuff. I go, but I've never put it into practice, and at some point, like. No one's done it yet, but someone will call me out on my bullshit where I'm just like talking out of my ass here because I'm not doing anything. So let's just put in the effort.
Right.
And then yeah, just consistency is just like, oh shit, okay, like a little bit here, a little bit there. And then randomly, I was trying to catch up to your, I don't even know what you're at today, but I know you hit like 4,000 not too long ago. And then we're like 38 followers from 4,000. But I lucked out and I used like a little cheat code. I had Vans Warped Tour tickets.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that, like, and I was like, "The son of a bitch."
I tried to sell them.
Yeah.
I tried to sell them, and no one. And I was just like, "This is a shit ton of money." But at the end of the day, I'm gonna lose them, you know. And I was just like, "Fuck it." It just made sense for me because I was also afraid like I'm gonna do this, gain a ton of followers, and then fucking lose all of them as soon as the contest is over. So I was like, "It is what it is." And then it did. Like, it would go a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down. And I was like, eyeing it. But at the same time, I don't think I lost as many as I thought because the people going to Warped Tour is the audience that I'm trying to reach. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is a contest for me that makes sense. I'm just attracting the audience that is going to want to watch the shit that I'm making. So I was like, okay, so it's like I said, it's kept up. And, like, it's been a slow gain here and there, and I've been overanalyzing like, oh, what am I doing? Like, what worked then? Because then I had some stuff and it's not getting pushed. I go, but my main thing is just like I just at least one thing a day. But I think in the first 30 days, it was like 71 posts that I did. Like, so it was about two, average about two. But some days was like one, some days was like three or six. You know, I did one day I was like, okay, so this shit is possible. Yes. And then I think the biggest hurdle for me. And it's funny, a video came up like when I was setting up and I was watching stuff, and it was like the fear of like embarrassment is what keeps a lot of people from doing anything, and that's what all my like overanalyzing ideas was like. Oh, is this good enough? Like, is this gonna be like? Do I need like the right equipment to do this, like, or whatever, or can I just use my phone? And I have access to it, so I can. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take the filter off of like. This is a bad idea, like, and just take that away and just do the idea, like, and just see what happens. Like, just have fun with it. And then that's what's made it fun.
Does it become more fun that way?
It became way more fun.
Way more fun
because I'm like, I don't have to think about like, oh, is this good? I was like, do I find this entertaining? Yes. Okay, then it's genuine to myself and to our brand and to Noise. I'm like, cool. As long as that's the mission and like that's what I can get accomplished, then cool, we'll find like our people. And I've made a ton of connections that way. Yep. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like this is all. I go, this is the type of connection I want to make. I don't want to have to pretend to be something to get somewhere. I go, if I can just be authentic and still get to the same spot, like all the more better. And it's gonna continue to be fun, and I can keep actually doing it. But
it just becomes way more fun.
Yeah.
Like I used to, every video I do was with my nice Sony, the nice recording equipment, mix the best I could possibly do, right? And I always try to get better at that. And that takes time. That takes a lot of effort. That takes a lot of time out of my day to like go into the studio, turn on all the recording equipment, get everything all set up, right? Hit record, do a good take, edit. Because every drummer edits, and sorry to break it to you, but edit everything and make sure it sounds as best I possibly can with still some realism into it. And it took a lot of effort. And could I do 7 of those videos per week? Probably not. No. And so it made it not fun anymore. And so now with the live streaming, it records everything, and it's not the best of quality, sound wise. Visually, it still conveys everything I want to show. Like, it still shows like me and my feet. Like those are like the constant. Like every drummer, just that's what they post, right? Yeah. And the sound isn't like beyond perfect. And when TikTok records your lives, it does it on like 720, right? And so it's being pushed out at 720, and that I'm like, that kind of sucks too. But it gives me clips that I can. Out of a 3-hour stream, I'm like, yeah, now I can do 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah,
because I got clips of my.
Well, that's like one of the biggest jobs, like that it didn't exist like before, but now like all these big time streamers have clippers on the payroll. You know what I mean? Like, and even people who aren't on the payroll, like there's people that literally wake up. There's a dude that I always see, like his videos come up every now and then, and it makes me mad because I'm like, damn it, I could do that. But he just wakes up. He literally is like, yeah, I'll go and like see the new videos, like recaps that were posted from streamers, and then I'll pick some clips, and then he'll do like I don't know,
There's
like
a
a while
post,
back where he'll just post those, and then like the streamers don't get mad at that because it just gets more people like knowing their name and recognizing it, and then going to their stream. But yeah, it's like legitimate job. Like people are making legitimate livings, like just clipping, but off of live streams. But yeah, it's how you make your content off of that. It's like, okay, I got to worry about making this one big piece, and I can just cut a bunch and post, during the week. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a big thing. That's why, like with I just needed additional stuff for that because the podcast did give me that. I was like, okay, cool, I can pull a bunch of clips from this every week, but. Again, because we're also not just pushing the podcast. It's like
pushing Noise Rot. You're pushing
Noise Rot more. Yeah,
it sounds so corporate-y, but you're pushing the brand.
Yeah, I mean it is because one of my things when we made Noise Rot, like booking wasn't like my heart and soul. Like it was. That's TJ.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And Daniel, that's what he's like, and he's to this day that's what he does. Mine was like, dude, I want to mix entertainment and music. I grew up with fucking MTV and VH1 and all that shit where I'm like, I love the mix of this shit. There's got to be a way for like, me to do it. So that's what I like doing.
Right.
And that's what I like consuming. So I'm like, okay, so I just want to create my own version of that, but yeah, it's just being as authentic as possible. But yeah, the podcast, I clip stuff from that, but then I also like now have a place to I guess just personalize like content for the platform. Like some stuff like bleeds over into Instagram and stuff like, but then there's stuff like I want to find, because the thing about TikTok that I've come to realize it's the easiest place to find new people that have never heard from you before. You know what I mean? Like Instagram is where
they push that hard.
It does. It does. Like
there's no like. Did you have Vine?
Yes.
Did you
fucking love
Did you realize that like anytime I went on Vine, I was like thinking about this the other day. It's just funny you say that. I remember going on Vine, you always saw the same like 7 people. Mm-hmm. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not like TikTok's not like that. I think every time I go on it, which I do go on it way too much, but every time I go on it, I don't think I see the same person twice ever.
Yeah. It's such a launch pad. So I've been that's actually the right word, that I was looking for. It's such a launch pad for people, and I don't really follow any like these people. Like I actually follow them, but their stuff pops up all the time. But it's all like this big like streamer, I guess like web of like people that hang out together. But they just hosted like a streamer university thing. But there was one like piece of content or a piece of advice that they were listening that made sense to me. So it was like, TikTok is where like maybe you're not going to make the most money, but it's where people will recognize you. Like if you post consistently on there, then people will know your face a lot more because they do push out like people like that. But I also like that I've seen so many people, it sounds so stupid, but plucked from obscurity just because they've posted something like, and then TikTok will push it out, and then all of a sudden like people like get this large, influx of like new people like reacting to their content. And if it's somebody that's like, oh, I've been making content forever, then all they have to do now is like, oh, I just got to keep making stuff. You know what I mean? And finally, like it gets a payoff. But yeah, TikTok definitely is one of those like they want you to be putting stuff out though. Yeah. Like as soon as you're not, like there is like a little a downtick in stuff, and then you kind of gotta
which I always struggled with. Is this also like kind of lame? Like, like I grew up, same time you did and everything, right? There was a time when social media was not that big, and it was, playing in a band. There was the flyer method. There was probably like only Facebook, right? You push on Facebook, and even that, not a ton of people were like on at the time, and so we'd post on Facebook that we have a show, and we just have to hit it lucky, or people just win out, right? Yeah. So like the social media game was just not ingrained in me as a musician until recently. right? Where it's like, okay, this is important now. Like, we kind of like have to do this. And there was a time when a lot of people were complaining about it. But like I said, I try to like find the fun in it. And I was even telling like the Dark Divide recently, I was like, I like playing shows and getting out and doing those things. Those are fun and all, but I've always liked it better whenever we would like go shoot the music videos or like make the content or do stuff like that. You caught Dispo one day. We had no rehearsal plan. We were having a content day. And I think maybe we did. Maybe we had like, maybe we played the set like once and that was it. But we truly were there for a content day. All we were doing was shooting stuff.
Yeah.
That was it. And I was like, no, this is still fun. Like, I'm still having fun, like, with my friends. So when I, like, shifted my mindset into that, I was like, okay, this is a lot. This isn't as, like, boring and awful as I played it out to be when I was younger, when social media was, like, just kind of getting bigger. Now that it's, like, the thing, and, like, at least right now, like, this is, like, the thing you got to do to, like, push your name out and grow, like you were saying with TikTok. I found the joy in like, okay, no, like I'm still with my buds. I'm still making stuff, right? We're either music or content. And that's at the end of the day what I wanted to do.
And I think that's the biggest, I think that's the biggest thing that people misconstrue is they automatically associate content as like with a negative connotation. It's like, because like I have to do this, and then that mindset already. And then if you're just like a rebellious thing or thinker or whatever, you're just like, I don't have to fucking do anything. Like, I don't want to do anything other than, you know, make music and do this. But I like the way you said it. It was like, we're still making stuff. Like, you are still creating.
Right.
You're still hanging out with your friends, and it's just like, figure out the stuff that you want to actually make. Like, everybody I know that says like, I don't like the content part of it, it's because you're trying to create somebody else's content or somebody else's, like, the way they did it, and you're like, I don't want to do that. And it's like, don't then. You know what I mean? Make your content. Make what's going to work for you. Like, what do you like doing? Like, again, the easiest way I tell people is just like, when you scroll, like, what do you stop on? Do you like that? Does that work for you? Like, something you do? Cool. Make that then. You know what I mean? Or make something that you find, even like, maybe, I don't know, you should be like wanting to watch it, but something that you just like and want to do. Like, do you want to record a playthrough video? Cool. Do you find those entertaining? Cool. Then you'll find those people. Like, you're not trying to appeal to, because then you'll post, and then don't worry about people not watching it right away or interacting. Like, that's just gonna roll. Like, you know what I mean? Some of them will do well, some of them won't. Like, follower count, like, will not change that. Like, you want people to interact with your stuff, and the more you put out, the more they have to interact with. And it's just weird, because like that's how I like did it. Like, oh, I was doing like really well, and then some of them like slowed down, and I was like, okay, now like, should I get discouraged? I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna keep making shit. Like,
exactly why I was like, I gotta shift my mindset to like the this is doing well, this isn't doing well, this is, you know, stuff like that. The live streams I want to do like really well, and that'll sometimes get a little discouraged because it is definitely a much larger platform for me. Is the live stream. So I want those to be like really well, which is totally, but like my posts, that's why I'm like, okay, let me do the clips, let me push out. Cause even if I do a post and like my low number of like 20 likes, right? I heard something the other day that was like, I was like, oh shit, that is a good way to think about it. If you get like 20 likes and you're like, man, this sucks, this was a huge failure. Imagine if 20 people walked through that door and was like, yo, what you did was awesome, and then left. You'd be like, oh shit, that's awesome. Like 20 people like just came up to me and said that this was freaking cool, and that was about that, right? So that makes it, that puts in perspective that like, no, this was really cool. And especially on a platform like TikTok, like you're saying, I have like consistent people in my community that will come in and comment and like, but even in like my the VODs, the clips from my live streams, I'll get a lot of brand new people who'll be like, oh yeah, cool. Like, I posted like a Job for a Cowboy cover that I did on my live stream, and I posted a little clip of that, and I swear to you, that brought in a lot of new people. Because I mostly posted like stuff that was more trendy. Like, I would post like, what is it, Avenged Sevenfold and Pantera covers, and those are like, oh yeah, this is great, I love Avenged Sevenfold, because millions and millions of other people like them too. But I did Job for a Cowboy recently, And I'm like, this isn't going to do well post. And it did pretty well. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. They're the old school deathcore guys are still around. Okay. Come on into my life.
Yeah. They're out there. Like, the people that will find whatever you want to put out entertaining, like your niche, whatever like you're into, like are out there. And TikTok is everyone's fucking on it. You know what I mean? Like, and then the people who aren't, it's a minority for fucking sure. And then, I mean, one of the good and bad things about it is that, yes, like we were talking, or you were mentioning earlier, is like, oh, I'm probably on it way too much. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yes, yeah, it's very addicting. Like for a reason. Like the algorithm is fucking knows what the fuck it's doing. Like it gets you hooked, and you again, like you're really like, I've been just scrolling, but it's been hours. You know what I mean? Or what the fuck ever. But that also allows you to be put in front of like as many people as possible, and then you get to, out of that pool of people, you find the people like, oh, who are sticking around, those 20 likes or whatever. Hey, 20 people out of everyone who gets pushed out actually interacted with your stuff and thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Then again, it's just a game of like, hopefully the stuff that you like, you keep doing it, and it gets to the right people. But yeah, it's a game that people have to play, like in kind of whatever industry you're in, because every industry is figuring out how do I do something on here social media wise. And it's again, it's become a lot more important now than like when we were like, you're talking about when we were growing up, like, yeah, like social media was just, you were talking to like your friends and like your family, and that was it, you know. But now it's grown so much more. I forgot, someone called it something different. They were like, it's not really social media anymore, but I can't bring up that point. I think I've heard that.
Yeah, I think I've heard something like that too. It's like, it's not. Yeah, I've heard a very similar thing. But just like with music, I'm doing it because I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it. And at the end of the day, for me, I'm playing drums. And like that's the number, like that's what I'm pushing on social media. And TikTok has there are like a lot of videos that I've done that are not drumming related at all, but they're music related.
Yeah.
And I grown to enjoy that too. But like with the live streaming and with the posting and with all that stuff, for me personally, I'm revolving it around drums, and that's what I enjoy. So that's why I do it. I mean, I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. And finally, something like the live streaming really started to take some stuff off and really take it from like, okay, I'm doing pretty well, to okay, now I'm like have a consistent basis where I'm like getting about 100-ish followers per stream. And then it even brings in like it's nowhere near like an income, but it brings in money now. And so I was like, oh, okay. So now this is fun. I'm getting paid for it. It's putting me in front of a bunch of people. People who are also drummers that are just like, hey, do you do lessons? And I'm like, gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, so I can push other services through it and everything. And they encourage that on these platforms. So I'm like, no, I can really like, I can finally see that you can build something from this instead of what it kind of felt like before, which was just like, no, you just got to post to say, hey, I got this show, and then like 10 people like it kind of thing. And I felt like that for quite some time. But now recently I started to finally feel like, no, it's definitely more of just like, get people interested, enjoy what you're doing. They'll listen to you on Spotify. I can play drums and get other opportunities that way to continue to play drums. Yeah. Like that's like my number one, like that's what I want to do.
Like that's why all of it's even happening, you know?
Yeah, I hate music. I like to play drums. So
we were talking about that earlier. It's like,
God, I hate music, but drums are fun.
Okay, so you have like, again, like with these big things happening, and I think you mentioned something in your video you made where you were talking about like the House of Blues show. Are all these like events and mile marker moments or bucket list moments, is this changing your perspective? Because I think you were saying something about like where music was like a hobby, and now it might be changing a little bit of what your perspective into.
I have struggled with this nearly my entire life. I just recently watched what was it? Aaron Gillespie on the Downbeat podcast. He was on there, and he posted something. He posted this clip from his podcast that I watched over and over again. I was like, holy shit, that is exactly what my problem is. I definitely suffer from like anxiety and stuff like that. And so when it comes to music, I love it so damn much, right? Like I joke that I don't like music, but I love the drums and I love like being part of it, right? But I also love 20,000 other things, and these are just the world is interesting, right? And so, but I also have priorities. I have a family, I have a job, and I have all these other things that require, a lot of attention, a lot of care. And those are super, super important to me, right? Is my family, is my job, and like I've always said, like it's my family, my music, my job, and unfortunately, my job is the one that funds the other two, so it can't really be third, can it? So it's things like that I look at and I go, okay, I would need to have the same security of my job, and I would need to make the same amount of money, and I would need to have that much time with my family as well, right? And music has so many, like the industry itself has so many issues and things that you just kind of see at like a very thin level, and I have never like dove deep into it to even consider that being like my career, right? I have done all the things that a lot of other like drummers and musicians will do. Considered being a teacher. I have done teaching. In fact, I do teaching now, and thanks to the live stream, I'm trying to get back into it. And I actually have my first like lesson back as a teacher with someone this Wednesday.
That's awesome.
Which is cool. Getting back into like teaching and then what else have drummers done? The live streaming has done fairly well. I don't mind saying it. I make on average my range of just strictly through live stream gifts is somewhere between 300 and 500 per week.
Wow.
Through the live streams. So I'm like, okay, so that works too. That's been working as well. And then like there's other things you could do, right? Through like the TikTok stop selling and everything like that. But I've always had tons of anxiety around like, okay, well, how do you keep pushing it? Like what's like those ultimate goals for musicians? And it's normally touring.
Yeah.
Right. And probably can't say it now, but we do have something in the works that is for this winter time that I've worked it out with my family, and I've talked to them about it, and we can do it, but it'll take pretty much all my vacation gone from my job.
Yeah.
And what will come out of it? Probably money out of my pocket and not into it. And so I've struggled so much with this thing. And so going back to what I saw Aaron say on this podcast, he was like, well, the problem is that we're creative people, and creative people can't shut it off. And so even when I'm at my job, when I'm doing anything, that's probably why I'm addicted to TikTok, is because I'm constantly looking at, well, what can I do?
Yes.
And how can I be a part of this? And I want to be a part of it. My wife even caught me. I made a video that I like actually put a little bit of time and effort into. I did the, what's it called? The Pierce the Veil trend thing, but I overplayed drums over it. And I was like, this is going to do super well. And it did like marginally okay. And I just watched it over and over again. I don't know why. I just was watching it over and over again because I was like, how could this be better? Or like, does this sound good? This does sound good. Hell yeah, this is great. Well, let me just keep refreshing it for like, so I can respond to comments. And I was like, okay, well, what else could I do? And I couldn't shut it off. Like I couldn't shut off like the creativity part of it. And so that has always caused all these issues of like, well, I have like this, I have a job, I have like this life that I need to like keep with, but I just can't shut off like the creativity part of it. And that's what I was kind of trying to say in the video. I only had like a minute voiceover to say it, but it like, especially recently, I've just gone back to like just more of the creativity stuff and more of the music stuff. I just simply can't shut it off in my brain. So whenever I think of things like, well, okay, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to do this full time, hell yeah, fire guns in the air. I then go like, well, no, hold on. Maybe is that just me like not shutting off the music side of the brain? Is that just me not shutting off the creativity side of the brain? Is I just gotta like take a breath and then unfortunately it always goes back to like, maybe I should just quit this music thing and blah blah blah. I've gone back and forth with that near constantly. So do I want it to be like a full-time thing? I don't know. Because I truly don't know. Like, I feel like I just spend so much time into it. I can't shut it off. And not only can I not shut off the creativity, I'm forced to not because it's my full-time job. So I'll be doing it near constantly and, probably be gone for a while. And I don't want to do that with a family and stuff like that, So I know it sounds how I'm talking and how I'm expressing these things sound very existential. I'm only making it that way simply because that's the best way I can explain it. It's really not like that bad, like, especially when I finally like take a breath and like kind of turn off that anxiety for a little bit. It's like, no, just one day at a time.
Yeah.
Just enjoy what I got. I'm very happy, like I said, that I got a lesson coming in. I'm still doing the live streams. So if that gets it to a point where like I can continue to build it as a business and continue down that path, and also attract other people for other services like recording drums on their record in my studio or renting out my studio or anything like that. Those are things that can like, hey, on a day-to-day basis, what can I handle while I have these other things, and just communicating with like my family, my wife about all these things, is what's like important on a day-to-day. So in the video, it was just like a quick thing, but in my head, it's like this existential issue. It's this giant like, oh, what do I do with my life?
Well, it's not it's not as simple as like, well, I'm just gonna drop everything and just go for it. Like,
no.
When you're younger, I mean, and I hate to like talk in that manner, but it is a little easier because of that, because there's not as much that you're holding on to. You're probably at the point where I'm like, oh, I could let go of it all and do this or whatever, and like, or be gone like from your family, or have the mindset in your head that's like, well, I have plenty of more time to do all that other stuff. Right. You know what I mean? So I can take leaps now. And then the older you get, the more just considerations you have. I think you actually like sit down and be like, okay, but how will it affect like all these other stuff? And then you realize that like personal relationships with your family, with your friends, all that stuff matters like so much, like more than anything else. You know what I mean? Like you start to put that into perspective, and you're like, holy fuck, like every moment with these people like is worth like any of this, like,
I can't stress enough, I don't mean that in a negative way. I always hate like explaining it. I try to talk to it. What is it? It's not a joke in the band, but I always tell people that everyone should go to therapy no matter what. And so I always tell the bandmates, like, you should go to therapy. So I'm the band member that goes to therapy, and I tell them all the things. And so I talk to her about it all the time, of just like, I just have all this stuff, and so I just need to quit music, and that'll solve everything, right? And that'll solve all the anxiety. And she was like, don't do that. That's going to probably make it worse.
Yeah.
That's going back to like the I can't shut it off thing. Well, now I don't have that outlet. And it's like, okay, well, how do I mix these two things? And it makes it, I always feel awful. And I've even told her this. I always feel awful because I love this so much that it almost makes it seem like the family and the personal relationships become second. And I've struggled with that a lot, and I feel awful about it. But I can't stress enough, and she's made me feel better about it, that no, you love them both near and dear. That's why you haven't just straight up said like, see ya, and done this. Like, I can't stress enough that I'm not speaking in a manner of just like, everything, personal life and everything, or my job is in the way, or my family. No, I love it all so much that just trying to find like that happy medium is something that I just strive for all the time. And trying to do that with a brain that just like can't shut off the creativity, and I'm just stuck on TikTok all day and everything, it gets tough.
It does get super tough. But yeah, like what you're saying, that your therapist was like, yeah, don't just quit music. And I don't know if like everybody who's on a creative endeavor has gone through it, but I know I have, where I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's
and
bullshit.
then it immediately become miserable. Like, you know, I'm just like, oh shit, like everything's fucking worse now. Now it's just this other stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing to counterbalance that. Like you know, if it's a chair, like you lose one leg, I'm tipping over. You know what I mean? Like it's every time I stop being creative in some, because I've done it in like so many fucking ways. Like you mentioned Vine earlier. Like I got really into Vine, and Vine was like so fun for me because I did it with like, I don't care if like my friends follow me on here. I just want to make stuff.
Right.
And then before that, when I was a kid, my like mom won a camcorder at like her job, and I think I was like, I was in middle school, so she like brought it home, and she's like, I don't ever use it. And then my friends would skate at the time, so I'm like, let's make videos. And then it turned out I was like, oh, I like doing this stuff, and I didn't have anything to edit on, so the way I would edit was just like I would record overwrite like parts in the video. So I would record one part, then like have to rewind it and then leave it and there. Like, all right, now we start recording.
Now we're gonna start recording.
But stuff like that, like Vine was always like a big thing, and then like I got into music, and then I played in the band. But it was all like these creative endeavors. So I'm like, I'm making something, and every time like I had a pause and everything. Even I mean I feel like I talk about it a lot. Like, but on the podcast, like every break that I take was never a planned break. It's always like I should take a break. Then I end up like, okay, I guess we're skipping this week, and then skipping next week, and then I end up feeling guilty about it or whatever.
Right.
But, and then in those 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm like, you know what? It is a little easier that I don't have to do this. I don't have to go set up or do anything like that. And then I do one podcast with whoever or have a, conversation. And I'm just like, I can't ever stop doing this shit.
Yeah. All the sad thoughts are gone.
Yeah. They're gone, yeah. Like, and it's in every creative endeavor. Like, that's just the type of like people I think creatives are. Like, you just need to be making stuff that. It will require a balance, and it will be fucking hard when you have to prioritize things over the other. But you have to find that outlet. You have to have it. Otherwise, like it just doesn't work.
Yeah. I've been beyond lucky to have like a super supportive wife and family to help push it. Mm-hmm. And even my kids are now like my kids are very young. Yeah. I have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. Okay. And now my 4-year-old's like coming to shows now. Oh yeah. And she's like, oh cool. And she's like, I'm like, yeah, it is cool. Yeah. So I'm beyond fortunate to have a family that is supportive of it and wanting me to do it. And when I get into those slumps of like, I should just fucking quit this music thing. This is bullshit, right? They're the first ones to tell me, don't do that. Yeah. Do not do that. And I'm like, damn it, you're right. I invested quite a bit of money on this soundproof studio I mentioned earlier. And, me even being able to do that, I even went to my wife and I was like, I'm going to burn the fucking place down, collect the insurance money. I hate this thing. This is so stressful and music's stupid and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you know why I want you to have this studio? And I'm like, no, why? And she goes, because I know for a fact you being able to play drums is going to help your mental health wildly. I made the joke of just like, oh, now the sad thoughts are gone. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what happens, actually. I'm like, oh, okay. No, I'm playing this instrument because this is my outlet. Yeah. Like this is what it is. And that's one of the other fears of, you asked earlier what got us down this was, me mentioning in a TikTok, like, hey, this is more than just a hobby. Well, I truly do think that. I truly do think it's been growing. It's become really at this point more of like a second income at the moment when it comes to like a financial side of it, right? Yeah. But I also fear, much like I'll use the story of my father-in-law, who my father-in-law was a pretty big chef in upstate New York. Worked at a very fancy restaurant that's only open during the summertime, and is hosted right next to the horse race track, which is a really big pastime of upstate New York. And a lot of famous people go through there. Like a lot of huge celebrities go through there, and that's who he would cook for. That was his thing. He was he was the head chef of this restaurant. His dinner was a bologna sandwich. Why? Because he ended up hating cooking. So when it becomes your source, when it becomes your job,
Yeah.
I fear that I'm going to start to hate it.
I 100% agree with that. And it's funny because it's always been a fear, and it is what keeps me from making certain moves that maybe aren't bad, but I always think about that. I always think about, like, I don't want to hate this because I need
Right.
this. I go, that's a big, I was like, I know how much I need this. I go, and if I don't like it, I go, it's just gonna be awful. You know what I mean? So I have to keep doing, because there's like, so little like stuff. So people have like wanted to pay to be on the podcast, and I'm just like, I will never
Hell yeah.
charge anybody to be on the podcast. So first of all, I go, because if you're on here, it's because I want you on here. Like, it's because I want to talk to you. Like, not necessarily like because I like, oh, I'm just gonna pick like my favorite stuff. It's like, no, it's always just like, you know, someone who I think will be interesting, or someone
Right.
who's gonna be interesting to talk to, or this and that, blah blah blah. But it's never gonna be like, oh, if you give me money, sure, you'll be on it. Like, it just cheapens everything so off the
Right.
bat. The other day, I mean, we, even with the following that we've gained on TikTok recently, I think a few people have reached out already and asking how much to be featured on the page, and I'm just like, because I started a series last week where I'm like, oh, because I'm like, I always hype up locals around here, like, why don't
Yep.
why don't I just get more from everywhere else? And it's like, oh, okay, so people started commenting, and then like, I got like 3 people trying to submit, how much for you to do this for us? And I'm like, I go, or what's the process? And I'm like, this is the process. You reach out. If I listen to it and I like it, then I'll make a video.
Then make a video.
That'll
Yep.
be way better than what you could have paid me to do. Because, like, if you pay me to do, then I'm doing it, like, then it affects like the way I talk about it, because I'm like, oh, well, they paid money. Do I have to? And then it doesn't sound genuine, and then you feel
Right.
it, and that's the shit that I hate. And then you feel like
Yep.
you're being sold to. I'm like, no. So, and then I think even DJ, we were talking about, like, yeah, somebody else like was reaching out about it, and I'm just like, there's a thing about like making it like a source of income that, in this way, that will just make me feel like it's tainted in a way or
Yep.
something, and it's just like, it's not gonna be as it's just like honest
Right.
as real, like as I
Yeah.
want it to be. And I've seen with like other like streamers and people do reactions and stuff like that, who like now do like paid stuff, and I'm
Yep.
just like, I just like feel that it's, it's just different. But anyway, that's what I've been trying to solve lately. I was like, well, there's got to be a way to do this. I go, but
I don't know either. I'm no expert with it at all, because you were saying like, I don't, I want it to be genuine. I want it to be great. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like if I was to ever turn around and make it my sole source of income, like, not only would I not enjoy it because it's become like my source of income, but because I'm now like, I now will have to, I picture in my mind, like, okay, if I was to like, if this was like my sole source of income, I would start to feel desperate. I feel like, because I'm now relying on income from being entertaining and everything like that, and I don't feel like I'd be entertaining anymore because I wouldn't be having fun with it, because now I'm like, no, I need to like make money and
Yeah.
pay my mortgage or buy food and stuff like that. That's why a lot of artists are, also Door Dashers and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then that kind of brings me to what I was alluding to when it comes to like the time and everything of it. Like, could I make the same amount of money? Probably not. And then it comes to, if I was to even get close, I'd feel like I'd be desperate for it. And then I'd also probably have way less time with my family, because I'd be doing music stuff, maybe lessons the entire day, and then, delivering pizzas just to make like the rest of the money that I lost from, whatever I couldn't make being an entertaining person.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, I feel like my entire day would just be dedicated to, I'd be enjoying it because it'd be music, but am I really enjoying it because I like have to do it, and
Yeah.
I have to do it to make money, and it becomes tough, right? So
Yeah.
I struggle with that a lot, especially as someone who does have opportunities to tour and to do longer runs. It becomes tough then, because I'm like, okay, well, not only do I feel like I'm probably not making a ton of money while I'm on the road, but now I am truly away from these people.
Yeah.
I am gone for however long the run is, right? So yeah, I don't know. I I want to integrate other things. I talked about the lessons and the services and everything like that. But the live streaming really, and why I even mentioned that was it truly did give me like more confidence in like, no, I actually am like doing something with this that isn't just like, yeah, post a video and hope it does well.
Yeah.
Like there's now more involved in it that have even gotten, like I said, students, people who are interested in like having my name on their company now and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, maybe it is. That's why I said maybe it is more than a hobby. Maybe it truly is like, I don't know what's the, not a vocation. What's the term for it? I don't know. But either way, that's why I said that.
Yeah. No. I think people like you, and I'll even say like us, like with that mindset, are always going to be looking for something to confirm it, and it'll probably keep the goalposts will probably keep changing. You know what I mean?
Right.
When it comes to that, but I think because of the way that you think, you'll always remain with that at the forefront. Like I want to make sure that I still love the thing that I've loved my entire life.
I could tell that when you were explaining. I'm like, he has the exact same mindset as me. It's just like the main goal is to have fun with it and enjoy it and enjoy the damn thing. And any sort of money or other opportunities are just like these bonuses. And
yes.
and also any opportunities that will, like I said, take up a ton of my time. I've done a much better job at communicating with my family about it and being like, this is the opportunity I have. Can we make it work? And having a support system that's like, yes, and we need to do this, this, and this to prepare for it, and let's work it out together as a team. That's just me talking up my wife at the moment, but but like all that put together, it's like, okay, it's just all about communication over here, and I can enjoy these things and they don't have to be such an anxious thing that I made them before. And I just like, okay, as long as I have good communication with my band, good communication with my family, good communication with my job, I can, instead of having it be like this priority thing, I can have the three of them mesh with each other a little bit more.
Yeah. No, it's such a big deal, that support system. And then I get it like a lot from my fiance, obviously Sierra, and then and DJ has been DJ for a long time now, because he's the reason this started. You know what I mean? Like I started listening to podcasts like 2 months prior to starting one, and I was just like, it was like Chill Sounds 2, and he was like, oh, what can we do to promote? I was like, I can do a podcast. Like I've listened to him, I can do it. And then he's like, well, then do it. And then him pushing, like all this stuff like was borrowed from him, like at the beginning. Like I mean, it was all mismatched mics and stuff like that, but he was the one setting it all up and like really pushing me. And he was a lot of like, well, yeah, like if you want to do it like this, these are just the things that need to be done. So it was that. And then that was when I in finding like Sierra, and like now, like being my fiance, I mean, we're supposed to get married. We're not supposed to. We're gonna get married next year. We're supposed to. We'll see. But that was one of my things. Of like, where maybe in previous like relationships, that wasn't a main like focus of mine, because all my stuff was back burner shit. Like that's how I would see my stuff. I'm like, well, if my stuff is something that they don't believe in, then I can let go of it. Like, it was never, like, I would never hold it in importance. This was the first time I came into it being like, I know the shit that I like. I know the shit that makes me happy. And it's all got to come, like, together here. You know what I mean? And seeing and being the same way receptive to, like, whatever their dreams were going to be. And that just worked. Like, she's definitely, I've had those moments too where I'm just like, oh, this is stupid. Like, I don't want to do this. And then I get just the slight, like, pick me up from like, no, you're good at this. Or like, no, blah, blah, blah. Anything. Like, there's been so many times. Or like when she like comes with me and helps me. Like, sometimes she's the one behind the camera shooting stuff when I'm doing like crowd things. Or, you know, she's helped run the door for Noise Rod shows. You know what I mean? Like, just on offering. And I'm just like, okay, like, it's nice to have somebody that I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to do, like, and I want to help you, like, get there. Like, it's what keeps people from quitting. Like, sometimes.
No matter who you are, if you're doing it alone, you're probably going to just act on those impulses of like, I should just quit this bullshit, and then you're gonna do it. And then
there's nobody to do that. The internet's gonna tell you to fucking do it.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, finding your group, your community, your people, you know what I mean? And that's all we've ever wanted to do. When we started Noise Route, I'm like, that's what I want. Like, I love that feeling from shows. And initially I was like, dude, I loved going to shows and just like meeting friends, you know, and finding new people. Like, oh, you like the same shit I do? Cool. Like, let's be friends. And it's just the greatest feeling. But in everything, and I feel like now that's what I spread everything like too. So whether it's like business related with like Noise Route and stuff like that, but I even started posting more on like my personal page just to be like, you know what about the other we were talking about, like what about the thousands of other stuff that I'm interested in? It like, cool, I can be that person too, you know what I mean? And not limiting myself to like, well, if I'm doing this and I gotta be this, and I'm like, no, I could be like a shit ton of things. You know
exactly.
I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
Ethan became a golfer recently.
Ethan became a golfer?
Yes. I remember I was just like, I'm like, you and I are the same fucking person. Where it's just like, yeah, music and like playing music is like, yeah, that's cool and we love it. But every so often, I think it's because we're only children. And
hey, same.
yeah, there we go. Okay, so you get it. Every so often, just like, but this new shiny thing is kind of funny. And he was sending us videos of him golfing. And what was it? I think it was yesterday he was golfing. And about an hour later, he messages us. He goes, golfing fucking sucks. And today, he sent us a picture. He's like, hey, I got a new bike. And I'm like, you are me. You are fucking me when it comes to all this. Like, and I'll get, like, for me, it's like I get into photography. Like, I'll take, like, I like taking, what is it? I was actually on vacation. I was for my, it was for a cousin's wedding. And they saw that I'm also into photography on top of music. And they were like, can you shoot our wedding? And so I shot a wedding this past week. I was like, oh, shit, okay. And I was like, no, this is actually really fun. I'm having a great time. Yeah. This whole photography thing's pretty cool. I was like, wait, hold on. I got all this other shit where I literally just spend time with you telling you how just these three things can make me nervous sometimes. But, I was like, no, this is pretty fun, too. I like this photography thing. And then I gotta, what is it? I pulled out my old clubs. I was like, God damn it, I gotta stop with like all these hobbies.
Yeah.
What is it? It's ADHD. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah. Probably got that one. I haven't
probably got a bit of that.
But, no, I fucking, I love trying to, because I did the same thing with photography. And it was, mind you, it was born out of necessity. Like, we're throwing shows left and right, and we were paying for photographers. Or like our friends would volunteer, then I would feel bad, and I'm just like, I can't like not pay you something to shoot stuff. Which thank you anyone who's ever shot one of our shows for free. It's crazy, but then I was like, I feel bad. I have cameras. I should be able to figure out how to like shoot these things. And then I was like, oh, I can get really into this. And then I was like getting ready to like, maybe I should start like getting hired out and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? It's another thing. That I was like, I don't have the bandwidth for it. Like, I can't do that. Like,
anytime any of my friends who are not like that get into something that I'm interested in, I had this one buddy who was like, well, you record, right? And I was like, yeah, I record, I mix, I do things for the videos primarily, not at a professional level, but I've taken a lot of classes and done a lot of training and become hyper obsessed about actually getting into like digital audio workstations, right? And anytime one of my friends is just like, hey, I think I want to record, I downloaded Reaper, man, is that cool? And I'm like, your life's ruined. Congratulations, said.
Yeah, like the hyper fixations are real, and like it's just. But then you want it, like, now I just let myself dip in and out of them. I'm just like, cool, like, it's cool to be in it. I was like, I know what I need to hold on to and keep doing. I go, but the other one's like, cool, like, dive into it. But I just, like, tell them, like, but you do not have the bandwidth to, like, to do that. Like, unless you're going to make some major shifts, like, and stuff. But, yeah, like, it's just.
You had to stick with something, though. You stuck with this.
Yeah.
You stuck with this,
has probably been the longest thing I've stuck with for maybe since like being in a band, which is years ago now.
See, for me, it was because of the live streaming. I thought of that. I'm like, is this just a hyper fixation of mine, this live streaming thing, right? But I'm like, no. At the core of it, I've always stuck with drums. I've always stuck with this instrument. I've always liked music. I've always gotten into like aspects of drums. And a lot of those aspects have stuck for much longer, but it's always the ones that have stuck with like the core thing for me, which was always been this one instrument.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's so wild to think of it that way. It's just this one tiny fucking little instrument that kind of sucks and it's too expensive, too goddamn expensive. That has become like the core of it, right? So, for you, I mean, you mentioned like the MTV thing, like the whole music entertainment thing. You've obviously stuck with this and have done an incredible job with this.
Yeah, it's
to a point where it's just like is you always have to like find your thing. And I feel like
mine has been in the broadest of like really, I guess, like subject matter. It's entertainment.
Right.
I've done every single thing. Again, like an only child thing is for me is that like like center of attention shit. And I try to catch myself now and being like, all right, it doesn't have to be about you, like whatever. But and this was like it's funny, but this is a happy balance for that because like cool, like I do get to be on here and talk all the time, but I also get to let somebody else like
you're
the
main guy. You're on every single one, but it's someone else.
But the purpose of it is to show off like somebody else. You know what I mean? Right. Like I was like, cool, like there's my balance. Like I get to be on all of these, but the whole point of it is not to talk about myself. It's to like show off the person that's in front of me, like, or to talk about like other people, to give like a voice and show that like you fucking like matter, like the shit that you do is cool.
Yep.
Like that's just like the point of this. And I'm like, cool, there's my you know, my balance for that. But yeah, definitely like just entertaining people, honestly like making people like laugh has been like my. The fuck was that?
Oh, it's goddamn bugs.
Yeah.
Rail Club got bugs, y'all.
The Rail Club got
It's the ghosts. I know it.
The ghost. Oh, it was a moth this time. Dude, the fucking flies were terrible the past like few podcasts. It was embarrassing. But yeah, like you just gotta find like the thing that you stick with. And that's why trying stuff, I don't know why I used to be like real critical of people trying like every one which thing. And it's because I would stick to stuff that I would make an identity with one thing and be like, I have to be that thing, you know, forever now.
All the time.
And now it's just like it's been a more natural progression to be like, oh, this is who I am right now, and I'm cool with that. I go, but I'm okay with it changing too, you know.
Well, that more mature mindset comes with age.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I was everything under the sun, and in those moments, that was me.
Yeah.
I was AJ the soccer player. I was AJ the chef. I was AJ the drummer. And then I wasn't AJ the drummer for a little bit. And then all of a sudden I became AJ the drummer. And it just stuck with that. And then that became like my thing. But as I got older, I started like just getting into and enjoying other things and being like, no, I just need to like just kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just kind of like it. Probably is an only child thing. I think
It might be.
You know who also only child? Ethan and Dally.
Really?
Most of Dispositions is only children.
That's how you found the perfect line.
Who's
not an only child?
Zaylin and J-Mo. Zaylin and J-Mo.
Gotta get rid of them.
Gotta get rid of them.
Absolutely.
Get out of here. For You's an okay song.
For You. I need to know that joke. I'll hear that so much, and I don't get. And it's funny because I think I had mentioned it too. It was like, oh yeah, For You, and then you guys like mentioned it. I was like, what's the joke? Like,
we were sitting right there. It was one random day. We were just like talking. We were talking about like songs that we were writing, and we have a giant backlog. Like the Google Drives of songs is innumerable, and we're just going through them, and they're like, this one sucks, this one sucks, this one sucks. All these suck. And then we were just like talking about music, and just talking about music in general, and we're just like, you know, how can we capitalize on like things like how well For You did? And it was Zaylin. We were just like talking about it. I don't know why we were talking about it so business-like. But it was Zaylin who was like, well, For You did good because For You is a good song. And Jameson, out of nowhere, just goes, hell yeah! All right! We were like, what the fuck? So, For You's a good song has become like the band joke. So if you say For You's a good song, we'll be like, oh yeah!
That's literally, yeah. I think that's literally what
we
For
did.
You is so good. He's like, yeah,
hell yeah!
And then no one explained shit. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Did you notice we did that on the podcast I wasn't on?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
It's very brief. I might show it to you afterwards. It's very brief, but Ethan goes, "Well, For You is a good song," and then he looks at the camera. And I know I know he's laughing and everyone's laughing. I think it was even Jameson was like, "Hell yeah!" Like very quietly, and I'm like, okay, they don't want to make a big deal about it on the show, but we did it on the podcast.
Oh, that
on
makes
the
sense.
on the when it was just Ethan. It was at your
Ethan
place. When it was just
Zalen.
Ethan Zalen and Jameson on the couch, and he did the For You's a good song. And I'm like, oh, I took a video of it from my couch, and I was like, oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Damn.
So, I don't even know why we were talking about that.
I don't know,
For
but-
You's I said For You's an okay song.
For
Oh,
You.
because Jameson's not an only child. So yeah, no, most of us are only children, and you could tell B and Dally and Ethan are like the same person.
Yeah.
I was talking about because I have 2 kids, right? And it was even my therapist who was like, "You don't know what's like having siblings," and they were like, she was like, "So you need to kind of like let them be and let them figure it out, and you can't like intervene on them figuring out how to be siblings because you have no idea how to do it." And I'm like, "Fuck, you're right. Damn it. All right." My wife is the youngest of 3, and the 2 of them were interacting today. My oldest was doing something, and my youngest copied it perfectly. And she's only like 1 and she's 4, but she did the exact same thing. And it was something like she didn't want to. It was just something stupid. Like she didn't want to eat like something on her plate. My youngest was like, "No." And my oldest was like, "No, but it's good." And then she immediately started eating it. And I was like, "You really?" I go to my wife and I'm like, "Is that normal? Like, is it normal for like you to just copy your siblings like that?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What's that like? What's it like to just like have a figure like that?" I just kind of raw dogged life. Just alone, just sitting there.
Just figure it out.
How
yeah.
the fuck do I do all the things? Because everything's so interesting.
Yeah, I was always super jealous of everybody who had siblings or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then now I realize, like, okay, I know the benefits that I received and then the
I
things.
guarantee you, though, you never had a problem. I'm only saying, I'm calling this, and you tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a problem though with like, because some only children are just like, I don't have someone to play with.
No,
and
I had shit tons of friends. Like that was the thing that I like. Forever, like that was I had to, because there was no one. Again, I
Right.
had no one at home, so I'm like, okay, I got to make friends, which is cool because in part, like I got to create my own like siblings along the way. Like they're just, obviously like not all of them stuck around, but I still got like some of those relationships, like,
Right.
from people that were just like my friends, and luckily I've kept that sort of creating my family kind of idea
mindset
with my friends. Yeah,
Exact same thing. I think because my wife was the one who was making I was like, I think I only want one because I enjoyed being an only child. And so I'd hope they would, right? Luckily, I learned that that's not how life works. But my wife was like, well, no, then they won't have a friend. And I'm like, but hey, that's not how it works. You're going to learn something about only children that you didn't know, is that we have probably the most because we just had to.
Become certified yappers, make friends with whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Certified
That was me.
yappers.
Yeah, it's literally, I was like, that. Who was I talking to? Probably Sierra. And I was just like, yeah, I think my profession is like, I'm a professional yapper, dude. Like that's what this is. Like,
Professional yapper.
Learn how to talk. Yeah, man, you've doing a lot of cool stuff. For You's a good song.
For You's a good song. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Dispo just played House of Blues. Shit's turning out pretty cool, man.
I'm enjoying it. Dispo's got a lot of really cool stuff coming down the pipeline. We have a pretty cool show in September. We're playing that Ferris Wheelers. You ever been there?
No.
It's in Dallas.
I've heard it,
It's
though.
it's small. I've seen. By any chance, do you watch Let's Plays? Do you know what a Let's Play is?
I know what a Let's Play is.
There's this one Let's Play channel I've been obsessed with since late college, since I was like a senior in college, called the Game Grumps. And so I've seen them live at Ferris Wheelers, which was just funny. My wife was 7 months pregnant, though, and she got it for me as a gift. And I was like, I'm going to have a great time, but I'm worried about you, too. So I've been there. That's going to be a fun show. And like I said, stuff that I definitely can't say now, because we've had, not only probably because I can't say it, but also probably one of those things where like we've had opportunities and we've gotten to a point where it's just like, all right, here we go, we're going to do it. And then all of a sudden it's like, that's not going to happen.
Damn.
So I'm not going to say it for that reason that
Yeah.
I just don't see like a piece of paper in front of my hand.
So it's like in there.
Until it's like written, like it's like full on, like this is happening. You better be ready. Like I till that happens, I don't say it. But we have big plans for the winter time. That'll be super fun. And then yeah, like my relationship with this Woody's drumsticks has kind of given me confidence in like pushing for other things like cymbal companies and everything like that. Not necessarily because I think it's going to be like a like, oh, cool, finally some financial help. Because a lot of them still need you to like buy stuff and like only play their stuff and everything like that, which I gladly will do for Woody's. I don't know if I do for other companies. But just like opportunities to like be like, no, big drummers do this, so should I. And so that's why like hopefully I'll find like other opportunities and other companies to work with, maybe possibly do session work and stuff like that. But yeah, otherwise just having fun.
Look at it. Thank you for coming, man. First of all,
Dude, thank you for having me.
yeah, I mean, this was a special 150, man. That's crazy.
God damn it, that's crazy.
That's
and I
crazy,
didn't
man.
say fuck Dally once.
You just did. Let's
Put
get
it on
them
the
all
counter,
right here.
baby. Put it on the counter.
Put it on the counter. Yeah, man, this is great talk for me. Like, I don't know, like, people out there what they're gonna take from it, but this is the world that I've been trying to like navigate in it. And sometimes it's weird because I don't have people to talk to it about it. And I've recently like found some more people that are like, okay, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like it's cool to hear like from your end, like what it entails, that we're kind of like in similar like mindsets, but even like me like encouraging to take some steps, because even I think we were talking a few weeks ago about like I was like, oh, like I should start live streaming and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, like yeah, I got some ideas, and I'm in the point like where you were. I'm like, well, I want to make sure that it's
perfect, right?
But then I'm getting to the point. I'm like, I'm also like, I need to do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, so it's just taking that step. But
I think I was saying it to you when you were texting me, I have this vision in my head because I've seen radio style ones, and some of them suck, and they do well. And I'm like, this sucks. Why is there 30 people watching?
Yeah.
Just some guy. I swear, there's this one guy. I'm not going to name names, but there's this one guy who I followed through someone else. And I'm like, sure, I'll catch your live. And he just like, he's literally sitting like, he's like sitting on his bed. And he's like, it's a good song, right? And we're just listening to like Thy Art Is Murder. And he's like, all right. And the song's over.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, next one. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
This isn't fun at all. And he has 30 people watching. And I think it's because he's just sitting there blatantly just playing other people.
I mean, dude,
other music.
Again, there's niche. There's a niche for everything. People will watch a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
But I could so picture you like actually like putting your personality into it and talking over some of the songs.
Yeah.
And like, if people are there to like just sit there and listen to music, like, so be it. But like, I like the ones who will jump in and interact with the people who are gifting and interact with the people who are commenting.
Yeah.
Even if you're talking over the song, I can give a shit because I want to like hear you. That's just me though. Like,
I like that because my thing is which I think is what I will, because the radio show sounds like a thing, and I like when I've seen people do like themes of stuff like that, because I've like figured out like different ways to do it. Like, okay, cool. Like, I go, well, we're promoters. I could be like, there's a guy that's been doing like, oh, pitch me your band, and I'm like, that's a great idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or bands, or just showing off like bands. But then like, one thing that drew me, I try to do it. I'm just not good at it, but or I didn't like want to do it really, but it was like reactions to stuff.
Yeah,
and I've done a few, But the thing that attracted me to that is that I would pull up somebody watching something that I like. So I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah, they like that too. They're talking. They were pausing the song all the time. And then people were bitching. I was like, you keep pausing it. I was like, bitch, you could go listen to the song. Like,
go listen. Exactly.
Yeah, like.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because I see those comments and I'm like, why are you watching a reaction video then? The song exists.
Like, it's because you want to, like, hear somebody's reaction to it or what their commentary is on it or stuff like that, you know? So that's kind of the type of stuff that I would do. And then you find people like, oh, like, I was just listening. I think the biggest video that I have right now is, again, going back to, like, it's always the simplest dumb shit that works. And it was, it was a trend going around. It was like, oh, type in Crash Out song into TikTok and post whatever it gives you. And I saw the trend, but, like, when I read that, I already knew what song I wanted to use, and it was a Dayseeker song. I was like, I'm not going to even type it. Like, I'm just going to use the format. So it's just me lip singing, but, like, singing it loud as hell. And it's, like, a fucking small clip. To this day, it's still getting, like, interactions, like, consistently. But it's because of that. People are like, oh, I love this song, too. Like, people like that. Again, it's that sense of community. Like, oh, someone else likes this song as much as I do, or something like that, you know. But that's what attracts you. Like, you like people who, again, like the same stuff you do. But then some people are attracted to, like, oh, like other people talking shit on the stuff that they like. But I think for the most part, it's like if someone else likes the stuff you like, then cool. Like, I'm gonna interact with this, or I'm gonna watch it. And yeah, if I did like a live stream, like radio thing, I think I'd be super like interactive. Like, that's what I want to do, again, because that's what attracts me to everything. It's that sense of community. So if somebody's joining and commenting, it's like, oh, like, listen to this song, cool. Like, I want to listen to that song, cool. Do I have to like it? No, but it's an interaction. We just had a moment together. You know what I mean? Whether you leave right after that, it still happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's this sense that people need. Yeah,
that's what I almost like most about it is there are a good handful of people who are on my live stream every time I go live, right? And I have grown to know those people now. Wow. To the point where, like, I'll tell them, like, hey, Dispo's going to, might possibly be in these cities soon. Is anyone there? And there's, like, people who are like, I'm going. And there's, like, one guy in particular who is in North Carolina and was like, I'm coming to your 10-year anniversary show. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? And I mean, whether he was saying that or not, the fact that whether he was saying that or not, he said he had he ended up not being able to do it. So whether it was bullshit or not, I don't know. But all that mattered was he cared enough, and he was like, no, I want to come, like, I want to interact and this. And I'm like, cool. So that's what I like about it. But going back to what you're like I'm like picturing, like, because I attempted it one time. One weird fact about TikTok is there's live studio and there's mobile. Yeah. And mobile is just you go live on your phone. Easy peasy, right? That's one whole algorithm in itself. There's an entire other tool you can use called Live Studio. That has its own algorithm associated with that. So it's often frowned upon to go between the two because you're mixing the algorithms, and it's as if you didn't go on this one if you did this one for a long time and then all of a sudden you switch to this one, it's as if you weren't on here. It's weird. Gotcha. It's just, I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't even care. I'm just going to use Live Studio because it allows me to push my audio out. But in order for you to unlock subscribers, you need to go live on mobile 3 times. And so I was like, fuck. I was like, I can't put my audio in my phone, like my whole entire drum set audio. Yeah. I can't put it in my phone. So what am I going to do? So I attempted reacting. I was dog shit at it. I was like, how the fuck do people like OC do this shit? Like doing about like the, like, reacting to music, or like being like, this song's from blah, blah, blah. I can't do that. I do better when I'm hiding behind my drums.
That's like, a lot of, and it's funny because, like, that's a skill. It's one of those skills that I didn't realize I had it till, like, somebody was like, I can't do that. And it was, I forgot, I was asking somebody, actually, I would put her on a spot, but I think it was Bailey. I had her on the podcast, and it was just like, I'm super nervous, this and that. And then we start talking, have a great fucking talk. Like, it's smooth sailing, nothing like weird about it. Then I'm like, oh, would you mind, like, at the end we're done, and I'm just like, oh, if you want to just say like, hey, you know who you are, and tune in, and that was like, oh, that was like deer in the headlights thing, and I'm like, oh, dude, I knocked those out like, you know,
Nah, those are easily.
And then I did post, but she was like, oh, like I can't do that. And then I had like I think a few other people like have the same kind of reaction, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that does like take a skill. And then I don't write scripts. I think I posted a video the other day. I'm like, this is what happens.
I saw that video.
It's a
and
pause.
I can't do that either.
Yeah.
I can't do the pauses. If I'm like pausing, I'm like, then the whole thing sucks. And it's like, no, that's what editing's for.
No,
but
yeah.
even me, I can't do that. Like you're at least good at like knowing like get a line out, take a breath. Get a line out.
Yeah.
And do those things. I can't even do that.
Yeah, I that's the only way I can do it, like for stuff like that, because I'm like, I'm not gonna get it all like at once, and then like I'll just slip up on words all the time and don't say words right or stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like cool, and then mental note like, okay, where am I at? And then now like even to the point where like, well, how did I end that sentence? Because this has to start like, it's got to match. Because I've had that when I go back to edit, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like it jumps around, but. Yeah, like realizing that's but yeah, reacting is a tough, like the people who do reactions and are fucking great at it, it's a fucking skill, dude. Because like I sometimes just start paying attention to this, and I'm just like, wait, I'm supposed to be saying something. I'm like, what am I supposed to say? Like I don't, and then I get nervous about what I'm saying, and I'm like, I don't know a lot of like technical shit, like to really describe this, or what are people looking for, and then I just end up talking about like funny stuff, and I'm like, that's my like what I revert to every time. Like it's always funny.
Oh, you know what might be cool for yours? You know what might be cool? Do something like you have like theme days, right? Maybe like Thursdays would be like local artist only day or something like that.
Yeah.
And like be like, hey, I'm gonna do my normal radio show, but if you're an artist with under, I don't know, 20K listeners on Spotify, 20K monthly listeners on Spotify, you go up to the top of the list or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's what I was thinking of, like a local like day, because I was trying to think, I was like, how could I do this? You know what I mean? Like and then like local days, and then Fridays are easy for like whatever new music. Like I could just stream like whatever new music I want to listen to, and then like have people come in, did you listen to this type of stuff. And then again, like pitching your artist, and then like again other types of themes. Like I've seen a guy do. He's done this one pretty consistently, but it's like, oh, what's your funeral song? He's always got it up, and like people just comment and stuff. And I'm like, but there's certain things like will drive interaction. Like I do want to post like what this is, or I do have an answer for this, and you'll want to post it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've been trying to figure it out, and also like what times will work for me to dedicate to it, because I also don't want to be like, well, I can do like very little time. I want to be able to at least do a couple hours at a time to make it seem like I'm actually putting.
Do you know what OBS is?
I know what it is. I haven't used it. I think I tried Streamlabs one time, but not
Streamlabs works too.
Yeah,
that's how you can like build your scene, and then there's plugins to make it like a vertical shot, and then that can get sent to TikTok. And so I'm picturing like with you for these theme days, like with those questions, you could have like a little like ticker, and it'll be like, what's your funeral song? And it'll like ticker over. Yeah. I've scrolled past like radio style ones where they have a whole thing going on, and they have like a little ticker thing. One guy in particular who I've really enjoyed his stuff, he does that. He does the local one. That's why I thought of it for like if you were to do it. He does like if your band is like a quote unquote local band, he doesn't check like your monthly listeners or anything like that. But I've showed him Dispo and I've showed him Dark Divide, and every time I pop on, he's like, "Hey, AJ's here," and he puts a Dispo song right at the top.
Oh shit!
Every single time.
Yeah.
And so that's like an interaction. I want to now go on his stream every time he pops on, and he has a little ticker tape that tells me when the queue is closed.
Oh.
Right. And it feels special when it says the queue is closed, and I go on, and he's like, "Oh, AJ's on." Boop. And he puts For You at the top, or he puts what's it called, it's like Sacrilege or something. It's a good song. For You's a good song. It gets lamer every time.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And I could, I'm just like picturing stuff like that.
There's definitely like a lot of like cool ideas that I want to try with it. But
I try to get more ideas out of people in the live streams, and it's just not working. Everyone's like, "I just like what you do." And I'm like, but should I have like a theme day? Should I have like a whatever? That's what the agency's for. The agency has been very supportive of like, well, you could try this. Have you tried like dressing up? And I'm like, I'd love to do that. Like I think like for Christmas, I want to dress up as Santa and play drums.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fucking hilarious to me. And I love doing stupid. I don't care if it's stupid. That to me is fun.
Yeah.
Like I'll dress up. That's why I do the crop tops and I'll do like the what is it called? The parachute pants. You think you want roundhouse kick with these bad boys? I wear those pants all the time on live, and people gravitate towards that. Are those Zumbas? And I'm like, sure. But I'll do stupid shit like that, and like I want like some sort of theme day. I thought of like Slipknot Saturdays. People go nuts whenever I play Slipknot tunes because I hit really hard.
Yeah.
And so it looks kind of like it just has that persona on it. So I've always wanted to do stuff like that, but I've always turned back to just like taking requests and just playing the song. But I think you would have like some pretty dope theme days. As long as you had like a core, like we're a radio show taking requests and we'll put it in the queue. And
Yeah. I'm gonna get on it. I'll probably get at you to help me figure out shit.
Streamlabs is good. OBS is the way to, like, I use OBS. Streamlabs does the same thing where you can build your scene. Where like I'm picturing like your face is 2/3 of the screen, and the bottom 1/3 is like a screen grab of like your laptop and like your Spotify queue. That's what a lot of people do is like they'll show like a Spotify queue. Or you can use tools like there's one tool called Tickfinity that allows me whenever someone does like a galaxy, like the famous gift is the galaxy gift, which is hilarious that it's the famous one because it's only $2 you get whenever someone sends it to you. It's 1,000 coins. That's the TikTok currency. You pay money to get coins, and then you spend coins on people. You spend coins on gifts to give to people, and different gifts cost different amount of coins. And then that allows TikTok to do the transaction between how much money you put into the app to get the coins and how much money they're going to take out before it gets to the person, and then what your agency is going to take out. Yeah, it's business. So that shit's going to happen. So whatever, fine. But yeah, a Galaxy is like the famous one, like, hey, give me a Galaxy, bro. It's only $2 you get.
Yeah.
Whenever someone sends you a Galaxy. So I'm like, why is everyone going nuts? There's literally like a gift that is slightly more than a Galaxy, and no one talks about it. It's like, oh, okay. But whenever someone sends me a Galaxy, this really loud, annoying song plays, and my thing is, if you send me a Galaxy, I'll do like a crazy drum solo for you.
Oh yeah.
And so that's what it is. So I'll do like just stupid shit like. But Tickfinity is a tool that will catch someone sent a Galaxy, play the dumb song, and then I also have my live stream. Like if someone likes it over 100 times, which you can just sit there and tap. I have one person who I swear to you, she has a fucking Theragun because it'll pop up. Her name's Candace. It'll go, Candace liked 100,000 times. Oh, shit. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? What did you do? She's like, no, I swear to you, I just sit there and tap. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I ended up making her a mod. I was like, you are super. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Would you like to mod? And she was like, hell yeah. So she mods for me now. But yeah, you can have like little things where like if someone does like over 100 likes, like a little picture of you pops up or something like that. And so Tickfinity will be a cool thing you could get. And it should do something. I still have yet to get it to work. If you comment, I think it's like an exclamation point, play, and then the artist and the song name, it'll automatically put it in your Spotify queue. Oh. So that'd be cool. If someone came on, they could do that.
Yeah.
There's other like little games that it has and everything that you can do that gives like the interactability of it a little bit like turned up a little bit more. As soon as I started doing that, that whole, like, when I said I had, like, 18,000 viewers, that was a huge jump out of nowhere, and then it started trickling down. And I'm like, oh, what am I doing? And my agency was like, no, that's fairly normal. Like, you're going to have, like, giant jumps of just, like, putting you out to a ton of people. But I noticed I didn't make, like, not that it, like, necessarily mattered, but it's still, like, a good gauge of, like, truly someone interacting. Not only are they interacting, but they are now monetarily interacting, my gifts went way up. So I only made like $7 a day, like 18,000 people joined.
Yeah.
But then like a month later, I had a stream where 2,000 people were my viewership, but I made $150. And I was like, oh, so now I found my niche.
Yeah.
There it is. So that's what that means. So like for you probably will have like a big like jump. But then as you get like those people who are interacting, they'll start to play with your Tickfinity more.
Yeah.
And they can interact that way and probably figure that shit out for you.
Scary.
I still
but
can't
I'm
get
gonna
that.
try it. I swear.
Yeah. It's so nerve-wracking. I still get nervous. I was actually telling what was it? I was telling my mom this because we were playing we did the 10-year anniversary, the Dispo 10-year anniversary opening for Victims in Crystal Lake here.
Yeah.
And it was this close to selling out. It was like super close to selling out. But so to me, I was like, we sold it out. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the Victims Crystal Lake, they sold it out. We're part of it. It's our 10-year anniversary show. This is gonna be crazy. For some reason, I was nervous, and I'm nervous before every single show. That one in particular, for some reason, I was nervous enough it did affect my playing, and it hasn't happened in a long time. But I was like, okay, I really gotta dial it back. So I was obviously nervous for House of Blues, but I remembered the Crystal Lake show, and I was like, I dialed it back, and I was like, okay, we'll be fine. The live streams has turned into that as well, where I'm like, I'm nervous, and it's going to affect my playing. I need to dial it back. So like. Yeah, it's so nerve-wracking where you just, like, all your personality, like, just kind of shuts down for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I gotta fix this. I gotta, like, be a little bit better here.
But you've trialed and errored it and figuring it out and trying new shit as you go, man. I'm telling you, it's exciting to watch, and it's really cool to see, like, what you're building and how you continue to build with it. And, I don't know, just hearing from you, like, firsthand of your interaction with it is really cool, too. But, I think we could talk so much longer.
That's
fair.
I
need to wrap it up.
That's fair. That's fair, man. We're professional yappers.
Not only are
we're professional yappers and only children. So we have to be like, pick me.
Someone's gotta. But yeah, man. I think all the stuff that you're doing is cool. I'm glad we got to discuss this aspect of it today because I feel like I've talked to you about music like plenty of times before on the podcast, off the podcast, but this is like a whole new like endeavor that like I'm super interested. So I'm super happy that you shared like all that with me, and it's just really cool to see what you're doing, and I'm just excited to see what you're going to continue doing with music, with drumming in general. And
same
just
with
the
you
stuff you love,
over
man.
Here. Same with this podcast and everything. And I hope you do the live stream. And I saw your TikTok explode, and I was like, okay, I'm hoping it just keeps going because this is awesome. So I appreciate the kind words.
Hang back. But yeah, this has been episode 150 with AJ Tate. Anything you want to plug before we go?
For You's a good song.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. No, that's it. I plugged everything, man. I appreciate you.
Cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next time.
I don't wanna be alone tonight. Leaving touch on the